Go.
What's going on? It's your boy Boom. You're here at Pro Day. I'm with free agent linebacker, Arnold Blackman. Now, you've been up here training with Neville all week. What brings you to Jersey?
Just for opportunity, man. It ain't nothing like being around good people. You know, me and Neville go way back, man. We're college roommates. Hit it off up there. We had a great time, a great stretch, and just came out looking for opportunities. You know, get some good work in. Got some good work in, so I appreciated the week, man. It was fun.
You are a beast in the weight room. When did you start? What age? Were you like a child, like, you know, with like you were 13 with muscles, like you were just tearing it up this week? Like, talk to me.
Man, you know what? I was a chubby kid. You know, it took a while for me to kind of come into my own.
Okay.
You know? So I got into high school and I just became a gym rat, man. There was something about, you know, being in the weight room that, you know, those endorphins that kind of rush through your brain, rush through your body, because you lifting that weight, you know, that excitement to go in that next testing day and, you know, hit your PR, your personal best, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know, just constantly staying with it. I mean, during and after workouts, man, I would just go as hard as I could. And, you know, everybody be left the gym or everybody go home, and I'm just, you catch me in the weight room, you know what I'm saying, doing some extra push-ups, bench, you know, stuff like that, man. So it was just dedication.
You have a coaching spirit in you, I feel like, you know what I mean? I see you're working, but then you're coaching. You're working and you're coaching. For the youngsters that's going to watch this episode, give me some tips that you would give them.
Just stay with it, man. One thing about it, you know, like everybody use this example. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he ended up being the best player in the league, you know what I'm saying, NBA. So it's kind of like, you know, you don't ever take a day off. You know, it's always somebody out there that's training that when you sleeping, they're out doing something. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's, you know, like California is 2 hours behind me, so it's like when I'm up, somebody sleep. You know, so I use that as an advantage. You know, I just like, you know, just stay with it, man. There's one thing no one can never take from you is your hard work. The time that you put in, nobody can ever take that from you.
We up here in New Jersey. You from Houston, Texas. Houston, you said you're a stone's throw away from the Lions Stadium, right?
Yeah, man, down the street.
How does the heat compare?
This week, it's fairly similar. It was a much better breeze here.
Yeah.
The difference is in Houston, it's about probably almost 20 degrees hotter. You know, and in Houston, it's about 101. It's a constant 96, 97. Out here, you know, 81, 80. Yeah, I think it was 84 one day. I think that was the hottest. I think that was Monday. So it was pretty similar, man. I liked it, though. I enjoyed it.
So you play linebacker and defensive end. Which one would you prefer?
You know, I've been having my hand in the dirt for a while now, man. So that's more my comfortable. I was comfortable there, but I know for a fact that I can make that transition. You know, I can play that linebacker position. You know, I've done it before. I did it a little bit in high school, and you know, there was just a need for a DN, so that's what I stuck with.
Do you think you fit into like a force scheme?
I think I can fit into both. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if needed be, if we have a situation where, you know, I have to play DN, I can play it, or, you know what I'm saying, if I have the opportunity to play linebacker, I think I can do that as well. I want to be able to do both. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on being a hybrid of somebody who can do multiple things and, you know, kind of be more valuable to the team per se.
Now with me, it always comes down to the beats. As Neville, he said that he named the songs that are taking over the top. What's the song that made, you know, top three?
Top three?
Nah, I'm saying top three songs, game day songs. I'm talking about the thing that is on your beats, is on your iPod or iPad, whatever you're using, and you're like, all right, boom, and then that go from 3 to 1. So 3 is the least, not the least, but the last song, and then that song that takes you over the top. That says, I'm good.
Okay. Tipping on 4-4s. Tipping on 4s. It was
He was tipping 4-4s. Brother was cow tipping.
That's a down south thing, man. It was a Houston thing for a long time.
Okay.
And I'm a dancer, so I like to dance, and I learned this. Oh no, I can't.
Nah, come on.
But you know, something simple. But probably say second would be. There was a dance up in Dallas. I went to Navarro Junior College. And it was South Dallas swag, and it was a song called Club Rock.
Okay.
And I would always jam that. And probably my top would be Purple Stuff by Big Mo. It just kind of bring me back home, man. It remind me of home, remind me of my childhood. Something I'll never forget.
Okay. And as far as NFL experience, have you been in the camps or anything like that? Were you with somebody last year. Talk to me about that experience, as being a free agent as compared to somebody who made the 53. Like, what is your experience?
It's very different, man. It's a grind. It's a mindset. You got to kind of motivate yourself. But as far as speaking and talking to you know, NFL scouts or coaches, I was fortunate enough to get some contacts and meet some people and, you know, kind of get some names or get my name out there per se. But nothing really stuck and nothing really I could hold on to for sure. But I was able to get up to the Saskatchewan Rough Riders tryout. Did pretty good there. Coach said he couldn't make a call at this point in time, but he said to stay in shape, come check me out next year. So it was something I have kind of set up for next year. But, you know, just some things I did.
Do you have, for somebody who's on a long journey like yourself, right, besides just stay with what you said about the kids, talk about that a little bit. You know, I mean, from wanting to go to Canada from wanting to play in the NFL to going to Canada, possibly, and this, that, and the third. Just elaborate a little bit more about that.
For all the young kids out there, high schoolers, you know, for all my fellow JUCO players, just stay humble. One thing I always did was I maintained a level mindset. I was never better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? I always had to work hard for everything I did. You know, I don't have a rags to riches story where I grew up and I didn't have anything to eat. My mom done worked hard for me. You know, I always had a meal on the table. You know, they did everything they possibly could for me, but at the same time, they would never handed me anything. You know, so I was in a situation where if I wanted something, you know, I had to do something for it. I went and cut my grandfather's yard. I went, you know, picked up twigs at my grandmother's. You know, so there was everything I did, I earned. You know, I was never given anything. I never had any handouts. So I think that helped me more. But it just as for those who have a little bit more privilege, you know, because everybody's not in that same situation. You know, but you can still keep that mindset of, you know, whatever I get, I'ma earn. Because if somebody give you something, 9 times out of 10 you don't want it. So I would just say continue to work hard, stay humble, and just know that, you know what I'm saying, going out or coming in, you know, coming home, I mean, just keep that mindset, like everywhere you go, you can get better. Everything you do, you can get better. You know what I'm saying? You're never perfect at anything.
All right. I'm your boy Bo.
On the Blackman.
And this is Pro Day.